Hi everyone, I'm Sunny and I have three piles you guys can choose from. For today's question, it's going to be what is the rumor? Rumor has it. So I have three piles, like I said why can't I say it earlier? So from left to right, pile one, two, three. So you're more than welcome to pause the video. Otherwise, I will start with the first pile if you need more time. So I totally set that like out of out of the way it should be in the order. Out of order. There you go. It's been a long day. So, pile number one, you guys have the judgment card up, right? So, for this pile, let me just take a quick water break. Okay, so for this pile, I've been feeling my throat getting all weird. I feel that rumor has it that you live for the applause. um yeah, I think you love being the center of the attention. That's not how you are though, or at least maybe that's not how you feel like you are, but to others that's how it can portray as like, oh, this person just likes the attention, or this person likes to be the center, the it girl, the it guy. They don't really like get it. It doesn't feel like you want to share that, like, that attention with people, and maybe that's see, I knew my throat was getting weird. Apologies. It starts getting dry sometimes. So I do feel that this pile feels that, well, from the outside perspective, that you might enjoy the attention and you might not like to share that. It's like you, like, even if somebody else does something important, like, oh, good for you kind of thing, you're like, no, but I did this better, like I did this too, and it looked better. Like, somehow you manage to almost sound like narcissistic, of how like you can be, but that's not necessarily how you could be. That's how the people read you. People might also feel like your appearance might be a bit of the main topic when it comes to you. So people like to point out how good looking you are, and you kind of just eat it up. So rumor has it that it's like, you, every time you post, it's like, oh, they just like do it for the attention. They like to see those comments, they like to see those likes. They really live for that spotlight. And that's not bad, but I feel like maybe you, like, people think of you as someone that's like you're fishing for compliments, fishing for attention. I forgot how you say that. It could be that way, or it could be also the fact that you consistently do accomplishments and you want to be recognized for it, and people cheer you on. It's like you could be I feel it. Sorry. So you could be the person who is constantly cheered on for. So maybe you have like a posse, and that's what people like kind of roll their eyes sometimes, like, oh, this person's always like with that group of friends. Or they feel that you really attract a lot of attention even when you don't try to, and sometimes you're like, I just want to be left alone. But it feels for me that you're very comfortable, like, in that sociable aspect of like, I feel comfortable interacting with people. I don't feel threatened by them. I'm, whether I like it or not, like, it's just something that's on me. Like, I'm always in that place of like attention, and I can't do anything about it, whether it's accomplishments or whether it's my appearance, or maybe people just like to always tell me like my personality is nice, something like that. Like, people might also gravitate you because you could have a pleasant personality. That's always like, it's not that you're like a yes type of person, but you're agreeable. Like, you're not someone that's going to be like disrespecting people when they talk to you. You're like, oh yeah, I disagree on that, but you know what, we can we can talk past that, or agree to disagree, and you leave it like that. It's not like you have to get on the same page. You are more than happy to walk past that minor hurdle, and that's why people might enjoy speaking to you. So rumor has it overall that you just are someone that's in that space of being acknowledged by crowds of people, or just by your posse, just being the popular person, or someone that has to be critiqued often, so you have to hold yourself in high regard and you have to behave well, right? where you can, when I say misbehave, it's like, imagine yourself, you're not going to be the kind of person that's getting messy, like drinking and getting behind the wheel and like getting into like an accident or causing yourself to get a DUI or something like that. Like, you're someone that's going to be respectable, right? You're someone that's not going to step out of line when you know that if you want to have a good time, you're going to call that Uber. You're going to let your friend be the designated driver, or you're just going to know to, better drink at home or something like that, where you're more responsible because you're held up to a certain standard, whether you like it or not. But I think you live up to that potential that people put you on that pedestal of like, yes, I can do that, but sometimes I just want to break. I just feel like it's very like, imagine yourself being like a titled princess or something, someone that's like, oh, they look like they're gonna have that kind of lifestyle and dream, therefore those expectations are put on me. So that's the rumor. That's what people think of you. That rumor has it. So thank you, pile number 1. And yes, I was inspired by Adele's song because I think it's a catchy song and it's cute. So pile number 2, you guys have the star card reversed. Oh, oops. I forgot I have to cover because the star card's one of those nudie cards. So I always laugh that I'm just like, let me cover, and like I literally like let the whole picture be seen. And I'm sure you've seen it before, but I'm trying to be more conscientious of the artwork, and though I think it's great. So pile number 2 for you guys, the rumor has it, is the fact that you don't like being in the spotlight. Or if it's not that, because people like might think of you as like an it person. Some of you could be relating to the first pile, which is interesting because I didn't think of the reading to go this way, but here we are. So another way you can see it is that you want to make it to stardom. You want to be living in the fame, and people might think of you as a fame, WHORE. So they see you, right? They see you're trying to put yourself out there, and maybe it's not successful and it's kind of like not that great on your end, but you're still kind of achieving that to some extent, but you're not getting the recognition to the masses, if that's what you're asking. Like maybe people can see you like, oh, your local community theater, or your local community like something like symphony or something. Like, you could want to be recognized for your creativity and stuff like that, like your skills, and somehow it's very underwhelming, undermining, very like minor leagues. And maybe you really wanted that stardom, or you really wanted to make it big, or you really wanted to get into like those big leagues of like playing with the big boys or playing with big girls of like big teams, and you being able to pick and choose or having really good contracts. Like, it just feels like you want to make it really, really bad, but you're just not there, or you're not going to, and people are talking about that, or people just like to gossip about you, and it's more seen in a negative way, I feel, for this one compared to the first pile. Sure, the first pile had some challenges, but I feel you have the challenge of having to maybe step out of that comfort zone. Like, you have to deal with the fact that not everybody's gonna like you. You have to deal with the fact that you might be a little bit shy. You have to put yourself out there and just gain a little bit more confidence, and not wing it, but just, have a little bit of fun when you're doing stuff like that. When you're showing your creative skills, when you're being in the spotlight, you're gonna have to be comfortable if you want to make it big. Otherwise, you're just gonna be unsuccessful. Or you're gonna have to feel comfortable that it's not gonna be that great. Like, example, if you want to be an actress or an actor of a certain caliber, but you're like, I'm barely making the rounds to make the casting calls, and no one's calling you back. So you're doing your best to hang in there, and so in the meantime, you gotta wait on tables, or you gotta do like 2 to 3 different jobs, like working at a nightclub, or like being a waitress, or working like at a hotel or something. Like, you have to basically work hard on the grind to even get the money to like live by for the moment, while you're trying to make that dream come true. It's one of those things where you're just gonna have to keep trying, maybe, or maybe you have that false illusion that it's all gonna work out like nobody's business, and you're gonna hop along and everything's gonna be great. which is not. It's kind of a difficult field, especially when it's saturated, which makes sense because it's one of those things. Sorry, it's one of those things that's kind of difficult to get in, but it's also just as easy to get out. Unfortunately nowadays, because it's so easy now to get canceled or to judge you based on your previous previous experiences, or like who you know and stuff like that. Like sometimes it's just things that work against you like that. So people have it at like the rumors about you, basically, of you trying to make it to stardom, or you trying to be in the spotlight and it's not working out for you, or if you want to be, you're gonna have to kind of push yourself out there a little bit more, you know, work through it, like endure the hard work and the experiences that you need to gain some confidence. And people might make fun of you, or they might critique you, or they may encourage you, but either way it's like behind the scenes, or maybe not to your face, or maybe they don't know that, like it's just speculation, right? So more or less that's the rumor that people like to spread about you. So someone that wants to make it to a certain type of recognition for themselves, similar to pile number 1 but a little bit different. So thank you, pile number 2. Next is pile number 3. So you guys have the Emperor reversed. So pile number 3, maybe I should scoot it up. You guys have wait, this isn't a I don't think this was not a yes or no form. I don't know why I thought it was a yes or no format. I'm sorry. No, this is not a yes or no format. This is a no. For you, pile number 3, rumor has it that you are someone that might have that exterior that's tough, like a tough exterior, but deep down you're like, what's that saying? A puddle of mud? Like, not a puddle of mud. That's a bad. Mush. There you go. Puddle of mush. Like you're just soft and cuddly, like a big bear. Whether you're a girl or a boy, female or male, they see you as that, like someone that's a bit of a softie. And maybe not many people get to see that, but it's like word on the street. It's like, oh, like this person may look really mean, but deep down they're really nice because they helped me out with, like, one time I was stranded in my car, and like this person saw that I was having like issues like fixing the tire or something, and they went out of their way. They had a place to go like immediately, but they still stayed around to like help me out a bit, and they stuck around with me, or until somebody else came, or like this person got me out of like a little a little obstacle here and there. And it just happens to be you. Like you are someone that can be helpful and resourceful. Like it just feels like you are action oriented, but more so when you want to help out people and not so much for your own benefit. Like you're someone that's a lot more considerate of people in a way where you can help them. Like, how can I be of service to you? Like, how can my incredibly amazing strong muscles help you, kind of way. And that's how people see you. Or maybe they see you as someone who has a very soft side, like a very feminine side to you. Like people might think you're like, oh, manly, like posing. And deep down you could be the person who's like, I love going to spas, even if you're a man. Like I love going to spas, I love getting my nails done, I love rom-com movies. Like I like spoiling myself, I like having like really fruity drinks, or I like having sweet desserts and taking pictures of them and like smiling. Like maybe I just like to go hang out and like do stuff that's more feminine with my friends. Like it could be seen like that, where many people might not see that, but it's word on the street. It's like rumor has it you're like that, and people would not, I don't think people would judge you, because I think they are scared of you, you intimidate them to some extent, and I feel like that's why they kind of back off from like judgment, or they back off because they don't know you and they're like, but what if this person's not like that? What if it's just like a rumor and this person is really just mean and like aggressive and like they're in your face, like confrontation, like what did you say, what was that? And then like they beat me up or something. Like they might feel intimidated by that. Like even if you are a female, like they feel like I wouldn't cross them like that. Like they look like they could do they could do some damage. Like I wouldn't go and like be like, hey, do you like this? Like, but deep down you could be very, very in touch with those emotions, like very in touch with like crying, or very in touch with like doing girlier stuff. Like I feel like this is the stereotype sometimes for fire sign women, where they feel like they're tough and stuff, and they can be, but I'm pretty sure they like to be treated like women too, and they like to be shown that they are pampered and they feel special, and like doing girly stuff. Like especially with this Aries card, I feel like Aries women, they like feeling independent, but they like feeling like they're loved and appreciated and pampered, like not dependent, but just still like loved and like worship. They like that like softer stuff, you know? You don't always have to feel like you're emasculated if you show those energies, or you don't have to feel that it's not something you can merge and not connect with just because you can like more boyish. I couldn't even say that word. Boyish things like monster trucks, yeah, or wrestling. Oh, like you can also like stuff like I like gardening, I like planting peonies, like softer stuff. Or I like baking cookies, or I like doing stuff for my friends on their birthdays. Like you could be someone that's very considerate and sweet, but people would not peep at you because you just look like you intimidate them. You have possibly like this physical figure where it's a little bit more like muscular. And that's why they feel like they're too scared to even approach you, or too scared to even question if that's the truth. So that's the rumor on the streets. That's what rumor has it. So thank you, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and I hope you guys have a great day. So bye, everybody.